Wingspan is Southern Arizona's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community center. So we work with folks that identify as being lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. After learning more about challenges that LGBT folks face when trying to get services, that became sort of a passion for me. When talking about Tucson as being a welcoming space to folks, I feel pretty confident talking about the protections that are here for people. Fortunately for us, we have some city ordinances that are in place that protect people for a lot of different reasons, even in these places where folks have traditionally been really accepted. We've also seen hate crimes. So like bullying and hate crimes kind of can stem from this idea of like either an actual orientation or gender expression or a perceived one. Knowing people's differences can be helpful in working towards creating bridges with people. I feel like a lot of issues out there can be solved around education, and if people were given the tools, hopefully they're going to use them. Even in these little pockets of places where we feel really safe, there's also a lot of stuff that's still happening that needs to be addressed.
Well, we are currently doing a gender blender exhibit that has been on exhibit for the past month, and it was in partnership with LGBTQ Affairs and centered around transgender awareness. Now our show has about 10 different artists from here locally to even people across the United States, and it focuses on 4 different themes. Among some of those themes are gender is not always black and white, blurring boundaries and identities, and flex. An interesting part of doing this exhibit is that I've had the opportunity to talk to some of the artists about their work and kind of talk to them about some of the issues of why they've created this work and what it was meaningful for. There's one particular artist who was in the show who shared with me a lot about his story and his story about coming out and how his work is influenced by that story. It's kind of heartbreaking to hear some of the things that had happened to him, the reaction that they get from people, and how they end up feeling outcasted from that whether they're accepted or they're outcasted from that. And the reason why I wanted to do this exhibit was not only working with LGBTQ affairs, but also raising awareness about an issue and saying you don't always have to agree with things and you don't always have to like them, but I think that you can respect people. And I think issues that people aren't aware of or they don't understand, their immediate reaction is defensive. We're saying that's wrong, or I don't understand it, or I don't like it. And I think before people start to judge, that they should really listen to somebody's story, or they should try to empathize with people. You need to seek to understand people before you make a judgment, and whether you agree with it or not, those people still deserve respect.